After I liberate the Jewish people, I will go to Africa to help liberate the black people.
Black people are the first people. Black people are the mothers and fathers of everybody on this planet. The first people to know about God. The first people to be mathematicians, architects, scientists, philosophers, to know about astronomy. But when the people who classify themselves as white started taking over, they knew of the critical importance in the area of religion of telling people, the whole world of colored people, that God was white.
We have tremendous opportunities. We've solved our water problem, even though we're a very dry land. We've solved our agricultural problem. We produce with great productivity vegetables, dairy. I always am boasting which cow produces more milk per cow in the world. You think it's a French cow or a Dutch cow. It's an Israeli cow. It's a computerized cow. Every move is monitored, you know. But we are eager to share this technology in so many fields with our African friends. We think that Israel now is the best partner that the countries of Africa could have, and it's something that is dear to our hearts. After I liberate the Jewish people, I will go to Africa to help liberate the black people. We have our African brethren, the Ethiopian Jews, who are in our society, and I personally work every few weeks to help integrate more and more and incorporate them in our society. I believe this. I believe in Africa. I believe in your future, and I believe in our partnership for this future. And I believe that this meeting will be seen as a turning point in Israel's ability to reach the broad number of African countries, which is our goal. We want a better future for you, a better future for all of us, and we think we can be your perfect partners.
I think that President Trump's proposal is the first fresh idea in years, and it has the potential to change everything in Gaza. Everybody describes Gaza as the biggest open-air prison in the world. You know why? Because they're not allowed to leave. And therefore, you know, they're just getting more and more densely populated, more miserable, overtaken time and time again by these terrorists. And in comes President Trump and he says, hey, open the gate, let them leave. And I'll find a place of destination for temporary relocation. How are you going to clean up this site, devastation site? Devastation caused by the fact that Hamas was fighting from densely populated areas and forced us to take action. Guess what? We'll do the job, you know? Hamas attacked us, we'll take care of them. We'll finish them off. And the second thing, he didn't say that American taxpayers' money is going to do the job. He said he'd get independent financing for it, and I'm sure he will. So I think this is a very, very good new approach. When we complete the changeover of the Middle East, when we cut the Iranian axis down to even further than we've already cut it, when we make sure that Iran doesn't have nuclear weapons, when we destroy Hamas, that will set the stage for an additional agreement.
So President Donald Trump invited Benjamin Netanyahu, the Israeli Prime Minister, as the first foreign leader he will receive in his second presidency. What does that inform the Trump's plan for the Middle East and Africa? Because we are interwoven, Middle East and African fate will have to be interwoven, especially in the Trump era. In the Biden era, they are disconnected, but then in the Trump era, they are bundled together. Because the Trump America sees everyone that has no blue eyes and is not blonde as subhuman. And the entire target of the Trump presidency outside the United States is to go and take what they want, either by peace or by pieces, but they must get what they want. And if you look at the negotiation tactics that is happening in Canada, even his neighbors, all this drama he's having with Canada and Mexico is just a strategy to make sure that they are in a very good term with neighbors, because no responsible president will want to have a problem with his neighbors. Once he strengthens relationship with his neighbors, wait and see the Trump plan for countries outside, of course, the shores of the United States of America, of the American hemisphere. In the Middle East, Trump will want to go to the no-go area of the Caspian Sea because of the massive energy deposit in the Caspian Sea. If you read books and you understand the grand chessboard of Brzezinski, which designed the new American century that anchored the entire American program for the 21st century, you will see that Caspian Sea is one of the major drama that is causing all the crises you see in the Middle East. The Iraqi invasion, the Syrian trouble, Palestinian issues, and every other activities that is happening in the Middle East. The ultimate target is the Caspian Sea, and that is why you see all of them are venerating and castigating Iran, because Iran has the largest reserve within the Caspian Sea. So Trump, with his drill baby drill policy, obviously is going to target the Caspian Sea, and that is likely going to be very destructive. But then Trump to be anti-war. The fact that he is claiming to be anti-war means that it's not likely that he will want American direct involvement in military operations. But they will be very happy to have a mercenary state that is willing to carry out the American grand plans without America's direct involvement. And that is why you see him inviting Benjamin Netanyahu. Considering the atrocities that is committed in Gaza, the genocide obviously on the TV screens and our mobile phone screens that we have seen, no consequences whatsoever. United Nations cannot do anything. Even the ICC indictment cannot result to anything. Then Benjamin Netanyahu has proven himself to be a leader that can be a mercenary to carry out American operations in the Middle East. And that is why the drill baby drill policy will have to be driven by the Trump government in the Middle East, leveraging on Israel. And that is why, if you look at the statement of the Secretary of Defense, Pete Hegseth, he is saying that he is going to supply Israel with the weapons that they have never seen before, so that they can continue their elimination program. And that is why you see the entire condemnation of Gaza as a place that no one should own other than the United States. The truth of the matter is, neither Israel nor any country in the Middle East is happy with Trump's proposal, but of course, Netanyahu will have to put a face in order to continue to save his office. If Trump decided to take over Gaza Strip, as he claimed to want to do, then what was the result of the blood and treasure of the Israel, and also the moral burden that they carry around the world as a result of the genocide of killing innocent women and children that they have done in Gaza? So they finish cleaning up the place, and Trump will just come and take it over because he's a superpower. You think they will like that? They obviously don't like that. But Trump doesn't care. He wants to take what he wants, right? So this is what we will see. So there will be a very serious Cold War between the United States and Israel during Trump era. And that Cold War is going to be driven by the United States' ardent desire to create a mini America in the Middle East, which they want Israel to be. Meanwhile, Israel has designed itself as a Jewish state, and Trump is driving himself as a pro-Christian leader. And you know the clash between the Jewish and the Christians, especially in the Middle East, then definitely there is going to be a Cold War between Israeli elites and the Trump presidency. How is it going to end? Much need to be seen. But you should brace for a massive crisis in the Middle East. You should brace for a lot of disalignment in the Middle East. The fact that Saudi Arabia decided to draw a red line between them and the United States against the plan by the US to take over Gaza It means that Saudi is going to push itself much more closer to China and Russia as it has been doing. Saudi actually has been doing that for the past 6 years. They have been pushing much more closely with China and Russia. So you see the acceleration to that push. And if they all run away, the major oil partners decided to bundle themselves in one angle, particularly the BRICS. Trump's drill baby drill policy cannot only happen in the American hemisphere, so he needs that oil, that sweet oil in the Middle East. And because of that, there will be a deliberate plan to destabilize the whole of Middle East so that oil can continue to be cheaper for Americans, so that they can make the America great again they want to be. But will the Middle Easterns allow that? Will Israel remain faithful and loyal to America as they have been? These are some of the questions that need to be answered. So I'm not sure that Trump is going to get it right in the Middle East, to be very candid with you, because these are the area of people that have history, that have identity, they have culture, and that are willing to die to defend it. And Trump will want to come and say that all of you should go back to the backseat. America is the best. So all this thing is opening big door for China and Russia to come and play very big in the Middle East. Even Israel is not all time going to be loyal and honest with the United States, especially with the image of overbearing Trump MAGA policies, right? So since Trump is pursuing an ultra-nationalist policy, even Israel is not a country he will want Americans to die for. So rather, he will want the Israelis to die for the Americans. So forget about what you see on the rhetoric that he's trying to support Netanyahu, give Netanyahu good seat, and even holding chair for Netanyahu. He's just playing Netanyahu to procure a mercenary asset once again in the Middle East that will carry out what they have done in Gaza to other countries in the neighborhood. These countries, without Saudi Arabia on board, without Iran on board, without Turkey and Qatar on board, it's going to be a failure. And Israel is now achieving certain level of stability, especially with the resources they've captured in the area of Syria and Golan Heights. They will want more stability for some period, recover from the damages they have incurred, they kind of repair their image within the global community before they want to commit again to another atrocity. But Trump will want them to do it right now. Is that going to happen? Much need to be seen. So let's wait and see what the world of the Middle East and Africa is going to look like under Trump presidency.